The Santiago Bernabéu shakes. White shirts rise like a wave, drums pound, voices roar. And then he appears. Jude Bellingham. Only 20 years old, but he walks out like the stadium belongs to him. Every step is heavy with destiny. The crowd doesn't just cheer. They believe. One glance, one touch, and they know. This is not a boy. This is a force. Not long ago, he was just a kid in Birmingham. No spotlight, no golden spoon. Just a dream and a ball scuffed on concrete parks. 16 years old, Birmingham City gave him his debut. And what did he do? He looked calm, older than his age. So calm, in fact, that when he left, they retired his shirt number. 16. Already history. Then came Germany. Borussia Dortmund. The stage grew bigger, the pressure heavier, but Jude didn't bend. He barked orders like a general. He scored in the Champions League. He made Europe pay attention. And then came the call. The biggest of all, Real Madrid. Madrid doesn't wait for players to grow. Madrid demands greatness. And Jude, from his very first game, he answered. Goals, leadership, composure. He didn't just play. He took over. He made the impossible look ordinary. The Bernabéu had seen Zidane, Ronaldo, Di Stefano, but now it whispered a new name, Bellingham. He wasn't here to fit in. He was here to change everything. Real Madrid, the name alone feels heavy. It's not just a football club. It's a religion, a dynasty, a storm that has swallowed players whole. Walk into the Santiago Bernabéu, and you don't just step onto a pitch. You step into history. Every seat whispers names. Di Stefano, Puskas, Zidane, Ronaldo, Ramos, Doste. Every blade of grass carries the weight of trophies. 14 Champions Leagues, dozens of La Liga titles. This is not a team that forgives. It is not a team that waits. It demands perfection from the first whistle. And this was the world Jude Bellingham walked into. Just 20 years old, still new to Spain. Still adjusting to the language, yet already asked to carry the jersey that had crushed reputations. Because at Madrid, there is no grace period. There are no excuses. You are judged instantly, relentlessly, mercilessly. Every pass, every touch, every decision is dissected by millions of eyes. The Bernabéu doesn't clap for effort. It roars only for excellence. Think of the players who tried. Stars arrive with golden reputations, only to leave as shadows of themselves. Some couldn't handle the pressure. Some couldn't match the expectations. Real Madrid is a dream, but also a graveyard. And that was the fire Jude stepped into. A fire that could destroy or transform. So what did he do? From his very first match, he silenced the questions. Goals poured in. He wasn't just running through midfield, he was controlling it. He wasn't just adapting, he was commanding. The moment he scored in El Clasico, the loudest stage in Spain, the world knew. This wasn't a boy trying to survive. This was a young man rewriting the script. Madrid fans are famous for being demanding, sometimes even unforgiving. But with Jude, they didn't wait years. They didn't even wait months. In weeks, his name was already echoing around the Bernabéu. Bellingham, Bellingham. He had become the heartbeat of the team, the spark that Madrid craves. But here's the brutal truth. Madrid never stops testing you. One good season isn't enough. You can score 20 goals, but the next season, they'll want 30. You can win La Liga, but they'll ask for the Champions League. You can be loved today and doubted tomorrow. That is the price of greatness in white. And Jude knows it. That's what makes his story so powerful. He isn't fooled by the applause. He isn't satisfied with early success. He understands the mountain ahead. Madrid doesn't just want a good player. They want immortality. They want leaders, warriors, legends. And already, Jude carries himself like he belongs in that rare group. The question isn't whether he can handle Madrid. He's already proven that. The question is whether he can become more, whether he can carve his name beside the giants who came before. Because Real Madrid isn't a club you join. It's a test you survive. And Jude Bellingham, barely 20 years old, looks ready not just to survive, but to conquer. Football is no longer just a game. It's culture, it's fashion, it's music. Players are no longer athletes, they're global icons. And Jude, he fits this new world perfectly. On the pitch, he dominates midfield with the maturity of a veteran. Off the pitch, he's everywhere. Adidas gave him a signature line, EA Sports FC 25. put him on the cover. Louis Vuitton calls him their friend of the house. Kids in London, Lagos, and Los Angeles copy his celebration. Arms wide, chest proud, eyes lifted to the sky. But here's the secret. He doesn't chase fame. Fame chases him. His brand isn't built in meetings. It's built in moments. The last-minute winner, the roar of a stadium, the way he makes football feel like destiny. That's why the world is drawn to him. Not just because he scores, but because he scores when it matters most. Every era has its faces. Messi and Ronaldo defined 2 decades. Neymar added flair. Mbappe brought speed. But Jude? He brings something different. He feels timeless, the balance of old-school toughness and new-school style. He is football and culture, stitched together into one name, Bellingham. Listen closely. Across Europe, a whisper is growing. Could Jude Bellingham be the next to define football? Greatness isn't just goals. It's timing. It's the ability to step up when everything is on the line. And Jude? He thrives on chaos. The 92nd minute, the crowd screaming. Defenders exhausted. The ball comes to him. One touch, one strike, goal. The stadium erupts. The world watches. And the celebration begins. Arms wide, chest proud, head tilted back. That image spreads across the internet in seconds. Millions of kids copy him. That's not just football. That's culture. That's legacy in real time. Madrid is a stage of immortals. Zidane's volley, Cristiano's bicycle kick, Remo's heater. Every legend has their moment. And Jude Bellingham is chasing his. The truth? He's not there yet. He hasn't lifted the Ballon d'Or. He hasn't led England to a World Cup. But that's what makes watching him so thrilling. His story isn't finished. It's unfolding in front of us. Every goal is a line. Every game, a page. Every trophy, a chapter. Yes, he wasn't shortlisted for FIFA's best in 2024, but does it matter? Messi and Ronaldo were overlooked once too. Awards don't define legends. Time does. Consistency does. The ability to turn promise into destiny does. And Jude has it all. The talent, the mentality, the charisma. He's not just a rising star, he's a rising era. Someday, kids will list their heroes, Messi, Ronaldo, and Bellingham. Every generation waits for a new icon. Someone who isn't just good, but unforgettable. Someone who defines football for years to come. Jude Bellingham is becoming that icon. The Bernabéu doesn't lie. It has seen kings rise and kings fall. And right now, it sings the name of a new one. Jude Bellingham, just 20 years old and already carrying the weight of a club, a country, a generation. And the most terrifying part? This is only the beginning.